Welcome to Clay Shooting TV. In this week's programme we'll be taking an in-depth look at English skeet. We go to Northampton Gun Club and we cover the England selection shoot. We'll also be going to Weston Wood to go and have a look round one of Steve Lovett's shoots and help us understand a little bit more why his courses are so challenging and seen as some of the best in the country. We've also got news and views from the world of clay shooting.
Today we're at Northampton Gun Club. We're here for one of the England selection shoots for English skeet. We're going to follow a few of the shooters today. We're going to follow Joy Hirons, who's had a fantastic year so far. She'll be looking to gain her first England place. See how she gets shooting today. Also in the squad we're just about to follow. Got Paul Dodd. We're going to follow Paul. See how he gets on today. Also Alan Warren's here as well. A number of the English skeet specialists are here. We're going to follow around. Weather's beautiful today, just a little bit of breeze, but hardly any breeze. Beautiful sunshine. We're here at the Sywell Range at Northampton Gun Club. Beautiful backdrop to this. It's a lovely bund at the back. Beautiful green background. Just occasionally get a plane come over it. But it's a wonderful ground that's here. As I say, just a little bit of light breeze. Just going to follow this group now as they go through. Little moment there, everyone just wishing each other well. And now going to go with English skeet. So in the coming weeks we're going to start to look at the disciplines in specifics. We'll be going back and look at it English skeet, explaining what it is. We'll also look at what the international skeet is, so Olympic skeet. We're taking it from there. So in this first squad, just seeing that showbird, seeing the lowbird, just want to get the range of it, make sure we get hold points, pick up points. Now just seeing the high bird. First bird out again, so everyone's clear exactly where the hold points are. And now we're ready to shoot. Typically with skeet, you get peg one, high bird followed by the low bird, and you get a pair, just say we had no bird come through. You'll see some people on this kind of singles called pull for the first, and sometimes called mark for the second. But again, called pull or something similar. Most of the time the clay will come out. Yeah, second shooter on now. High single hits that. This is the low single. There's disappointment on his head there. So you see the disappointment on his face there. Wouldn't want to miss that. Trickier targets on skeet usually when you get round to 3, 4 and 5, but actually the difficult thing with skeet, particularly at the ultimate level, you just have to make sure that you don't miss a target. Many of these shoots now are 1 on 100 straight or 99 straight, so you really cannot afford to miss a target anywhere. So it's really you against the clay in this discipline. Similar to down the line at the top end, the challenge is just not to miss. If you miss one, then a huge amount of pressure comes on. Getting those lovely clean breaks that we see there. As I say, we're going to follow Paul. Okay, so Paul will be the next one to shoot. You can just see him there, watching the clays. He'll be shooting the next. Got those pairs going through. So typically today it's 100 birds. 4 rounds of 25 and 4 different layouts. Right, Paul's coming on now. So Paul's up now. First bird out, hits that. Second bird hits that. Just takes time a little bit more on that first one, just making sure plenty of time on your singles. Now he's on his pair on stand 1. Calls for the bird. Hits the first, hits the second. Good start for Paul, he'll be pleased with that. I'm going to shoot stand 2. Picture of concentration there. Paul shoots a like Coniston shooting round. There we go. Paul's on now. Gets himself nice and steady. Steady now. On his first. It's the high. And hits the low. Now he's got his pair. Again, you find a lot of skeet shooters want to get a really good rhythm when they're going. Getting that flow, hitting every target. Hits his pair. That's nice, straight so far. Okay, stand 3. On stand 3 you just get 2 singles, you get the high and the low. So again, Paul's just waiting to follow on this time. No bird there. Paul's got to follow here. As we said, stand 3 on the skeet. The high and the low. No birds coming out here. Again, no birds can happen in any of the disciplines. It does just affect the concentration a little bit there. Okay, so Paul's going to follow. Paul's on now. Again, picture of concentration. Always just likes to clean the stand there as he gets on. Nice and settled and set. High bird first. Misses that one. You can see the disappointment there. Won't want to miss that one, not on 3. Okay, here we go, he's called that as his option. Hits it on his option. That was on the low bird. That's the low bird. Very disappointed there, you can see that disappointment in his face. Now we're going to follow Paul. He's got 2 singles. High bird. It's the high. Now onto the low. It's the low bird. Now we get the pair on 4. Pair on 4 isn't he? See, these are one of the difficult ones. Paul's not going to take the high bird first. Of course. It's the first and the second. There we go, it's good shooting there. Paul stepped on now. Gets himself set. High bird first. Misses that high bird. Again, disappointment there. Now the low bird. It's the low bird. There we go. On 3 and 5, you just get the singles. Paul's here on stand 6. Follow Paul down. Picture of concentration. It's his high bird. And turns for his low. This is the low bird. Again, he's not happy with that. He don't want to do better on this round. Here we go. Paul's represented England a number of times. There's his pair. Yeah, shoots his pair. Just be disappointed with the odd bird. Just can't afford, you really can't afford to miss one. Best he can do now is 22. Again, be disappointed with that. A couple of little mistakes as he went through. Now he's on his final pair. It's a no bird there. No bird, here's the first one, it's a no bird. Gets that pair again. Goes down and hits the second.
Done. First 100 straight. How's it feel?
Over the moon, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Been nearly there. 97s, 96s. Shot a 98 here. Practice in the week. Shot a 96 last Saturday. So yeah, it's chuffed. Really chuffed.
And day 1 of 2 days. You're going to do the same again tomorrow?
Said yesterday. I had a day off yesterday. I practiced with Dave Beersmore, my coach, on Thursday morning. I said, right, I'm going there. I'm going to ton Saturday, and I'm going to follow it up on ton on Sunday. So, confident. I'll give it a go. I'll just give it a go.
How long have you been shooting, Sean?
On and off. I've been shooting about 10 years. I started shooting with my stepfather, John King, who was a big shooter for the police. Got me into it, and then I had a break. Being in the RAF, I started going away a bit. I went out to Ireland, couldn't shoot in Ireland. Then I had a nasty injury a couple of years ago, both my ankles. Got back into it, and then started shooting a bit of trap. Won the Nottingham Double Rise Championships 3 years ago, and then switched to skeet. Picked up with Dave, and this is it really. This is my sort of the pinnacle of my ski career.
Dave's seen as one of the leading coaches in the UK. What do you put that down to?
No one's touched him. You look at his CV, you look at his record, 2 times world champion, British champion, he's won everything. And he's a nice, we click, we get on really well. He talks to me straight, I talk to him straight. And if you follow the plan, you follow Dave's system, you're going to get the result.
This year, today, these 2 days you're shooting an England selection shoot. Is that very much one of your goals?
Yeah, it's been a goal for the last 2 years. My first one last year, I was 3 away. I missed it by 3, and that was my first selection shoot. I didn't have a brilliant shoot to start off with. I had a bit of a wibble, but I come here today with a vengeance, really, and you've just got to go for it. And all I want is that England rose on there. So yeah.
And you literally just come off the range, and I know the first phone call you put in was to your coach.
Yeah, straight away. I've been texting him all the way, 25 straight, 50 straight, 75 straight. And he said he was probably more nervous than I was, but yeah, first off, straight to Dave, done it, so I think the champagne will be out over his way.
Well, brilliant. Well done again, and I'll leave you to go and celebrate. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Today we're at Weston Wood, and what we're doing here, we're just looking at stand 4 at Weston Wood, and we're trying to understand how Steve Lovett makes some really memorable targets. Steve runs Weston Wood, Westfields, Garlands, and also Windrush. All the success from the classic. Everybody tries to see what Steve does differently setting the course. What we wanted to do here was look at stand 4 and try and see how Steve does it. The first target coming out is a left to right looper, which is probably only about 30 yards away, and then it's followed by a driven standard quartering away, which is probably at 45-50 yards as you're shooting it. And again with Steve targets, there's no silly targets, but it's all about beating you with speed, angle, distance. And again with the first bird probably similar to a skeet bird crossing in front of you, but it is looping. And that second driven quartering, just going behind the trees. And again, it's this that makes that sport really, really interesting. And particularly any of the targets that Steve puts on at any of his grounds, they will always have you thinking. There'll be targets that you think are gimmies and then you miss. There'll be targets that you think are really hard and then you hit them. But again, it's trying to get that consistency on each of the targets. Some of the stands that you shoot will be 3 pairs, some will be 4 pairs, some will be 5 pairs. So here, when we're looking here and coming through, seeing that target come back through the top. So here again, we're in the stand. Again, the sport of clay pigeon shooting is fantastic. It's enjoyed by anybody. As we can see, we've got a family shooting through, taking on those targets. But the challenge here is to hit the targets, but they are all hittable. We've been here on stand 4 for a while now, been watching people shoot. And it's a really good stand. Steve puts on some fantastic targets, but the targets that make you think. So again here on stand 4, nice easy looping crosser to hit first, but again it's so easy to miss it, and then followed by a very challenging driven quartering target. A sense of satisfaction when you hit these targets. It's about changing your lead pictures, it's about changing the feel for each of the birds. Again with the looper, it's a particular style to shoot it, and again it's just not a standard driven, it's slightly quartering, so again that has a difference as well. This is what we want to see, how he can build up on these different targets, but that's what makes Steve shoots really, really fascinating to shoot and enjoyable to shoot.
We caught up with Ben Huswaite at Andy Castle's Sporting Targets ground near West London. Ben is filming his new FitAss DVD to come out later this year. The DVD takes you through the simple steps to improve your FitAss shooting and understand what FitAss really is about. We also visited Cambridge Gun Club. Cambridge Gun Club has been around for a number of years. In the last 4 years though, it's had new ownership. The new owners have transformed the ground. Not content with that, they are now adding a disabled area. They're also putting in new parking and moving banking so that they can now have 4 covered DTL and skeet ranges. These will be coming into fruition in the coming year. So make sure that you head off to Cambridge Gun Club and let's see if they don't get voted best shooting ground next year in the CPSA Awards. At the weekend, Sporting Targets held their annual Open Day. This Open Day was a Krieghoff and Beretta special. There was something for all the family, including stick making and basket weaving. Ed Lyons was there to offer his advice on vision. Ed Solomons was on the Krieghoff coaching stand, providing coaching all day to those people interested in learning how to shoot better and also to try out some of the Krieghoff range. Alan Rome was personally on hand to give advice, and also Starshot were there in attendance as this was another of the regional qualifiers.